Well, here we are with the final reveal of the STURMTIGER by Rayfield, the 1/35th scale one, with the partial interior, not the full one. I've got the full interior kit to do later on, and then I will be able to leave the whole roof lift off, or be able to lift off so you can see the full interior. This one, you can still take the little set, this plate out here, you can still take that out and you can see the shells either side, but if you look to the front you don't see so much. And I wish that this kit actually still come with the engine brake armour plate between the engine fighting compartment and the engine room, because it would have made it just that tad better. So never mind, but I really did enjoy this build. I do love the vehicle and the shape. It's got that little stocky beastie look to it. So anyway, so this is the final reveal of Steve Mottram's appreciation build, or dedication build, so I should say, and I'll just run round through it. As you can see, the pistol ports are in now. I did just paint them the interior colour instead of primer red. I decided that would be much more better, and it sort of blends in better with the actual colour of the vehicle. So that, and they're both open on both sides, the pistol ports, so there you go. And coming around, I did spray some dust around the front and around the sides. Not a lot, because this vehicle has just been used for training, and then it went into service. They didn't have any Balkan crosses on the side, the German crosses, so I didn't put mine on, because there isn't a single photograph I can find with one on. So so they didn't have it. So coming round, I'm gonna have to get this. I think try and keep your fingers out of the way. There we go. Now I did take the periscope colours bits off. I managed to get the masking tape off quite easily by putting a cocktail stick in and get them in. So they're both clear, but you really can't see it unless you look down and shine a torch on it, and then it glints back at you. So, you know, it may in the future might be worth doing, but still I think it just gives it that extra bit as well. So there you go. So that's that bit. Coming round the corner. Yep, same thing. Tracks. Oh yeah, the tracks were really good. These were the metal ones. Greg used the kit ones, and next time I most probably use the kit ones. But I did like these. I did have to remove a couple of links one side and one link from the other side. It's some weird, because I don't know. I must have been on a sleepy mode when I was actually building the tracks and put too many links in. But next time I'm going to actually put the wheels on the chassis, make sure everything's okay, and then basically test fit the tracks. So if they fit perfectly, then I know I haven't got no problems when it comes to joining it the last time. So there you go. And being metal, because I'd actually put the pins in and glued them in there, I actually had to cut the track links. Luckily it all worked out already well, but careful trimming, and I've got the pins out. There you go. So coming round, really pleased with the way the welds come out. I actually use this tool, Scriber, to actually go in there and pull them out a bit more deeper, so they just go not too hard, but just enough to do it on all the places where it was. Gave them a bit more definition, so really pleased with that. You might be able to see a bit of dust and dirt there. There is some there. All I did is I used oil paints for everything on this, apart from a bit of dust was sprayed using Tamiya lacquers. Not Tamiya lacquers, Tamiya acrylics, which are basically a form of a lacquer as well, because you use lacquer thinners with it. So coming round, you can see the actual drive commander's actually open as well, and I've got the actual. I presume it's where they get rid of the shell cases out, because I can't keep them in the vehicle, I wouldn't have thought. So, and that actually looks like it's big enough to get one through. I don't know, but we'll give it a try one day. But anyway, then look, I think you can see the blue light I've got on the back there. I used Tamiya lacquer blue on that, clear blue on that, and gave it a nice thick coat, and with a paintbrush, and left it to one side. Within an hour it was dry, and then to get it to fit I had to keep sanding either end until it dropped into place tightly. I just pushed it into place, and then that worked. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll run a bit of gator glue around it, and then cleaned it up so it holds it in place, even though it won't. You can touch it, it doesn't fall out, and that was done as well. As you can see, I've got the wooden block done now. I went over it with a lighter colour from that's where I did use life colours for the wood, because basically you get a nice set of that and different tones of for the wood colour, and it really does look quite nice. And then I used a paintbrush, dabbing a little bit, like dabbing, to actually give it a bit like the sponge effect, but using a brush just to touch that without hardly any paint in it, with a different colour, and it gives it that sort of tonal difference instead of having just one bland brown colour. Got my towing hooks on, found them in the end. And there you go. Coming around again. As you can see, I've got a bit of wear and tear around the old where the actual pistol port plugs come out. I think it looks nice with a proper chain. That's not a 3D. That's one of the ship models chains you can get, and really worth having because you can get different sizes. And I looked at the actual photographs, and they are quite substantially thick chains anyway. So, because I think this weighs quite a bit as well. Come round to there, and I think you can see there I think we can see the actual machine gun has got a hole in it. I actually drilled it out. It was really good luck, so really good luck with that, and it went straight down the middle. I normally get a pin to mark the centre of the part that I want to do, and so when I put my drill there, it's got something to sit into slightly, and then turn very slowly, and then you get the hole. So I've done that really good. Right, now what we'll do is just come down from above. I think you can see the bit of dusting on the front there as well. So I'm going to come down from above now, so I'm going to be back in a couple of seconds for you. Right, as you can see now, I've actually removed the roof panel, so it does come on, and you can see there I could have dirtied up a little bit more on that panel, but I don't think it needs it because it sits tightly on there anyway. You don't see it. So there she goes with the panel, and give you a bit more look at the shine. And I think it's mostly because they had a bit of a shine to them. There you go. And I don't know if you can see the inside. No, you can't, but you have seen inside because I actually showed it during my there you go. During my build, I actually showed you what it was like inside, so it's all there still. So I'm going to slot this back into place. There you go. Come round. Come round again. I'll just put it like that now. In fact, I'm going to switch off and come back down to that. You can see all the bits on top. Right, we're back, and that is the end of the dedication build to Steve Mottram. I'm sure there'll be another one at some point in the future, because they say he really deserves it. He's feeling a lot better, I think, in himself, but obviously he's not doing any modelling at the moment. Hopefully he'll get back into it in the future when he said his problem settles down a bit. So, and Greg gives updates on it as well. So there you go. What I will say is that I'm going to be now going back onto the Nelson for a little while, because I've finished my build now, and Greg Riley's doing a fantastic job on his Dio, which is the net rail car with the STURMTIGER that's been damaged on it, with onto the actual rails and the ballasting and everything on the actual Dio, with a few bits and pieces laying around on the track, and he's doing a fantastic job on that, and that looked really good. So as we said, as Greg knows, I said, and Twitter knows, that I basically don't like really overly dirty vehicles, but I'm going to have to do one. We have got a not this build, but the next build, where I can possibly get a lot dirty and really get stuck into some things and do a bit more of what Night Shifts does, because I've just learned a tip about the shipping. I'm really pleased with the way that works out, and so I can go back to his videos, just have a look and see what he does, and I'm really pleased, really like looking at his videos in that way. So anyway, so that's basically the end of this one for me, and so I'm going to be going back onto the Nelson, and then till Greg finishes his tribute build, and after that we'll be going on to another project. So then my Nelson will come to a stand, but obviously not a problem, because it's one of those things. And just for a laugh, Ron Calvary, he's got these tins he uses, and guess what? I found that we had tunic tins that do exactly the same shape and everything. When you take the lid off, they're perfect. So I've got 3 or 4 more in the cupboard. So when we get every time we use one of those, I shall keep that can. They're really good. Wash them out, perfect. Right then, so thank you very much for watching this build, and I'll catch you on my next update, which will possibly be the Nelson now, because before I've done some bits on there already, so in regards on the deck. So when I've finished that, I'll do an update for the Nelson as well before I go on to our next project. So it's sort of keeping that moving along as well. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one. And I hope you really enjoy this, Steve. Thank you.